Blackhouse on 106.1 FM. You're listening to Eddie and Leah today. Nani is
on the way.
On her way.
She is coming very soon.
Before we kick into the show today, just a couple of kind of notifications. So tonight, Double G Make a Banger is having. Oh, and Nani's just walked into the studio. I'm just gonna riff slightly quickly. Tonight at Moon Bar, Double G Make a Banger is hosting In My Own Lane once again. It kicks off at 9 at Moon Bar. So if you're keen, and you should be keen, make sure you're there. Sweet, thanks, Nani's mind up for her.
A dog stroll into the door.
Oh, there's another one actually. Am I on?
Sorry, one moment, Leah.
I've got such a loud voice, I don't even need a mic. Also, I might as well start announcing this now. On the 27th of August, the African Community Councils of Wellington is going to be having a women's event at 320 Mansfield Street in Newtown at the Newtown Park Flats. It's starting at 6 p.m. It's African women doing things for African women. So let's support that and come over on the 25th of Friday, starting at 6 p.m.
Perfect, sweet. Book that into your calendars.
Yeah, add it onto your calendars. You'll get spammed sometime in the next couple of weeks by me.
Yeah. Okay, so our guest this week is Jeje Flow.
Yeah.
So he's a Colombian?
Yeah, Colombian.
Jeje Flow, introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jeje Flow. I'm from Colombia, Cali, Colombia. And today I'm in Wellington radio station. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good. It's good to have you. Hey.
Oh, that's right.
So you're a pretty multi-genre artist, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what are you kind of working on? Give us a kind of rundown on your kind of music.
I start working in a couple songs in the moment, but approximately a month ago I released a very good song. Mm-hmm. This is a collaboration between 4 countries. Canada is Saga Music, and US is Star Lion, and New Zealand is Deco. For Colombia is NC Templo, and Jeje Flow for New Zealand. Yeah, we try to support the Colombian protests. You know, Colombia is like a civil war, and we try to do something to tell the government and support the people that stay in the streets and fight for a better life. You know.
So actually, should we kick off and showcase the song?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
The other one.
Oh, the other one. This one.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah. Cool. Sorry. Switch.
The other one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This one here. Excellent. So here we go. Back on the Blackhouse 106.1 FM. That was Pere from Jeje Flow, so MC Templo, Starline, Dirko and Justin.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Saga
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, So I guess, we'll just kick us off, you kind of mentioned that obviously that was a song that you and you and those others worked on based around, I guess, the situation in Colombia currently.
Yeah.
Can you give us a bit of background about what the kind of situation currently happening in Colombia?
Just the situation is because the government in Colombia is one of the most corrupt governments in the world. Yeah, and because the pandemic and stuff like this, the government want to put more taxes, but this time they want to put taxes in the living costs of the people. You know, they try to put 20% in the food, 20% in the petrol, 20% in everything, you know. And the people say, why the government want to put 20% more in the living costs of the poor people? Everyone is struggling in the moment. And the increase of the poor people is coming to the most of the 50% of the country. And the people say, oh, we don't want it. And the people go to the streets. And the government say, oh, this is illegal. You can't go to the streets and stop the country. But the young people say, we want a better life for us. We want to go to school. We want to go to the university. We want free education. We want better employment. We want a better life for us and for the next generations. It's all right, the people are still in the streets. Now the people go back a little bit, but every month the people go back to the street and put more pressure. Most of the people in Colombia, we support it, and we want in the next elections, we want to change the government. This is pretty much the situation in Colombia at the moment.
You called it a civil war. Is this when you're saying that was it just the taxes that started this off?
No, this problem coming for more than 20 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yes, we got supposed to be the worst president is the people from the left side of the politics. But we are governed for the right people for more than 200 years. And these people are stealing money, you know.
Right.
And now we get the corruption in the government. The government also steals it, you know, it's drug dealers.
Right. Okay. All right. So it's the government. So that's the. Because I'll be honest with you, all I knew about Colombia was Pablo Escobar. Like that was it. That was the extent of it.
Yes. This is the other thing that everyone will say. Oh, you from Colombia? Oh, you Pablo Escobar? Oh, you cocaine? Say, oh no.
But you're saying the government's actually dealing with the cocaine. Yeah.
It's many things happen in Colombia. Also, and this week is something happened that we can't believe. Yeah, it's a woman. She became famous in 2040 in the soccer World Cup in Brazil. She say when Colombia scored a goal, she say "Epa Colombia, Epa Colombia," and she became a very famous in the social media. Yeah, and 2019 was a big protest. She gone to the bus station and she destroyed some things in the bus station, and she was arrested for the police, but she was released. She had to go into court. This week she was sentenced to 5 years in jail for that.
For doing just messing up a bus station.
Yeah, for breaking windows and breaking things. She was sentenced to 5 years in jail. And she can't get home detention, no, she had to be in jail.
Right.
But one of the parliament that is from the government, she stole around maybe $3.5 million from the government, and she is still in the government.
Right.
You know, and this is the thing: the people go to the streets. The money from the taxes of the people is disappear.
Right. It's not going back into the country.
No, it's not going back to the country.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what's the average, monthly income or weekly income for most Colombian people?
Most Colombian people live in the saltines industry. You know.
What's that?
You can make some food, put a table in the street, and people walk in and say, "Oh, can I have a burger?" and pay for the burger in the street. You know, it's a food street. Yeah. And same with cigarettes or with lollies, this is the people living in the moment in Colombia.
Just buy and resell,
Yes,
buy and
yeah.
resell.
Every-
Wow.
Yes, it's we call rebusque. The
Okay.
people is try to support his family like this because it's no many jobs.
Mm.
Most of the people not get a good education because the public education is too hard to get in it.
Mm.
And we are in Colombia around 50 million people.
Right.
You know?
That's interesting because considering all I've ever seen about Colombia is that series on television, I never knew there were many black Colombians in Colombia. And
Yeah.
yet there's 15 million people there.
Yeah, also I think we got a lot of black Colombian. We live in the Pacific of Colombia. Colombia get the two oceans, you know,
Mhm.
the Atlantic and the Pacific. Also, the Atlantic people is brown people,
Right.
Mm.
yeah, and the Pacific is black people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so the difference between indigenous Colombians and like the imported black Colombians. Yeah, that's really quite interesting to hear. I'd heard that Colombia had a decent black population that were quite represented there.
Yeah.
But I've also noticed that internationally speaking, the black Colombians don't travel as much as, say, the white Colombians.
Yeah.
Um,
It's because, you know, Colombia is one of the countries in the world, the races stay there.
Mm.
We, the black people just around get 20 years, they can introduce himself in the politics or they can be professionals. You know, the only one person they work in the NASA in US is is a black Colombian guy.
Yeah.
hmm.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
It's,
That's I find because like you said, I guess looking at how you talked about how the issues within Colombia go back 20 years, is there quite a big, I guess, population of Colombians living outside of Colombia, like living in New Zealand?
yeah.
Is it?
Yes, this is one of the things. In the last 30 years, Colombia get a big civil war,
Mm.
Right.
and it's because the cartels, paramilitaries, and guerrilla.
Mm.
You know, the government that we get from 20 years ago is Uribe. He say guerrilla, guerrilla, guerrilla. He put everything against the guerrilla.
Mm.
Yeah. Around 7 years ago, 8 years ago, coming a new president. No, oh sorry. Around 11 years ago, coming a new president, he make a peace deal with the guerrilla. All of this was working in Cuba, you know.
Can we get the name of that president?
The
Ivan.
Juan Manuel Santos.
Oh,
Santos.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes a peace deal with the guerrilla.
Mm-hmm.
All of these talks was making in Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
He signed a peace deal, and when we come in a new elections, Uribe put again a new president.
Mm.
This new president is Duque.
Yeah.
Is the actual president in Colombia.
Mm.
And these people destroy the peace deal.
Yeah.
You know, all the other president try to do, these people.
So kind of
Resign.
like a Treaty of Waitangi, but in Colombia, but
Yeah.
like a very modern one. They come in and they say peace, 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 and then like back out of it the minute
Yeah.
it's convenient. Yeah, well, that's brutal.
It just comes. It's still going.
Oh,
It's still
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be this.
that's kind of hard to hear. I mean, I know for a fact that like there's a lot of corruption in these small governances, especially in like the Caribbean, like the Pacific. That corner of of America, that it has a long history, a long nasty history with America as itself. It's interesting to hear you talk about that, and I think that the question I have on my mind is how do you bring those socio-political issues into your music? Like what is the process for you? Like, do you sort of watch the news and get mad and then just need to rap?
It's because, also I don't watch the news from my country because my country get 2 big channels, and the big channels work for the government. This channel is for the rich people. You know,
right, I see.
You organize the news, and here's why. But in this time this time we get something more better in our hands. We get cell phones. Yeah. And this is the thing that make everyone now know more about Colombia, because everyone is recording videos and sending to us, and we can share and the people can show what happened in Colombia.
Right.
It's alright. The idea of made this song was mine, because one day I start watching videos and I saw videos, and one of the videos I saw with one police shoot one guy in his face,
Jesus.
and I said, no, we had to do something.
Right.
And I called my producer, he's in Colombia, and I say, oh Justin, can you make me a beat? I want to do a song, I want to support these guys. This guy is still giving his life for us. We have to support it. Justin say, okay, I get one, I send it to you later. I call my cousin, Saga, in Canada, and say, hey bro, I'm going to do a song to support the people in Colombia. And he say, okay, put my name there.
I'm in.
I call my friend Star Lion in US and say, oh bro, we're going. He say, okay, put my name there. I'm going. I asked Templo, he say, okay bro, we going for that.
Yeah.
Also, we get 3 guys, they can record his voice in time and give it to us to finish the job, because we are in the first plan is 7 people, but we finished with 5.
Yeah.
But the song was very nice. Also, one of the human rights in Colombia put this song in a documentary. Yeah, we're very happy for that.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's pretty good.
To be, I guess, yeah, because obviously like that's Colombians from across the world.
Yeah.
And then saying like, hey, like this, and that sounds amazing to have that represented.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a guerrilla tactics online crew who come in and do like a promotion for meaningful issues within Colombian culture. That's actually really good to hear.
Also because the chorus of the song is PR, Puerto Resistencia. PR is one place in my city. It's a very popular place, and the young guys decided to not go back home, to stay in this place. And when this guy stay in this place, the police come in and attack the guys, but the guys resisting, and they say, we not going back. And they stay there for a couple days, after a couple days, sending videos and videos and videos. They start the people coming out in Bogota, in the capital, in Medellin, in Pasto, and all the cities, and all the people say, we support PR, we not going back, we change Colombia, this is for a better future, and now the people are still in the street, and the people are still fighting. Now these young people wanna make a political party and go to take the power, because they say the old people is
disconnected, perhaps.
The other thing is the old people. The young president of Colombia is Duque, and he's 45, 47.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the young ones, and
This is him here?
yeah, it's him.
Okay.
And these people is not working. Yeah, it's not working for the poor people. It's not working. The education is not good. No good jobs. The people say we need something, someone young. They get a new ideas. They can make the country better.
Yeah.
Sort of looking to the younger generation for clear goals as to how to move forward. I think that when you get high enough in power, you're comfortable, and when you're comfortable, you're not looking. And I think that disconnect between the wealthy and the poor is something that is illustrated in Colombian governance from my own research.
Yeah.
Do you have something, sort of hard goals that you would like to see for a sort of brighter future in Colombia?
I want to say to the Colombian people, we are the solution of this. You know, the solution is in the next election we had to choose the right people. We had to change. You know, we can't think the people someone can give me $50 for my vote. When he give me $50, he going to get 1 million in his pocket. No, we vote for free, and we change the country. It's the only way. We had to stop taking money from these corrupt people, and we had to go in and vote for the right people. We can change.
Yeah. Sort of trying to make sure that each Colombian person has enough money to buy the food, has a roof over their head, that their children are educated, and that they're educated in Colombian history and politics. Sort
The
of
three basics.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The hierarchy of needs, making sure everyone has food, shelter, water,
Yeah, and also it's because, when the people is educated, the country live in peace.
Yes,
know?
very much so.
But when the people is not educated, the young people is going to do wrong things.
Yeah.
Because they don't get education enough.
No, idle hands.
And it's alright. Colombia is one of the countries that get more refugees
Really?
in the world. Yeah,
Really?
From other countries?
from other countries.
Oh, that's
Also,
actually quite
yeah,
beautiful.
Colombia is it's the people that get more people out of Colombia
I see.
in a refugee camps in other countries.
Right.
So there's quite a lot of Colombians in the diaspora. There's more out
Yes, more
than
out.
in the country at the moment.
No, it's more in the country.
Okay.
But the biggest crop in the world of refugee people is from Colombia.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
No, me either.
And I think it seems, I suppose, that because everyone, I suppose from a media that must be from a media side of things, where the media, you probably mostly see people coming from the Middle East or North Africa as refugees. But I think I suppose that's one of the things, like you said, the media doesn't really cover Colombia. So
No, the only thing I've seen recently was an interview with Oliver Stone recently, and I remember seeing that thing about the bread and the bread price going up, and people just losing it because it was just too much. Or was it bus passes? I don't know if it was buses or bread, one of the two.
There's buses and
Buses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. I reckon, should we move on to another song?
Yeah.
Sweet.
You want me to talk something about this one?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Okay. This song is to the world, is a very new kind of music we call salsa choque. This kind of music is making the Pacific of Colombia. This music was created in Tumaco, but my city, Cali, was the city was the music growing up. And when I started doing music again in New Zealand, I decided to do salsa choque because it's something that identify myself.
Yeah.
And also this kind of music become very famous around the world, and FIFA World Cup 2014 for James Rodriguez
Mhm.
because they dancing every time Colombia score a goal, dancing. And
You know,
then,
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'd forgotten about that.
yeah, when the James Rodriguez score a goal or someone score a goal, they go into the corner and dancing. Is this kind of music? It's salsa choque, and this song is called Cuchi and Lucy. It's a very good song.
Perfect. Let's get into it. 106 point, 106.1 FM. Was that 101.6, 106.1?
No, 106.1.
Yeah, 106.1 FM. So that was Gucci and Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you mentioned before, so you started making music again when you came in New Zealand, but
Yeah.
were you making salsa choque in Colombia as well?
No, in salsa choque, I was rapper. I do just rap,
Yeah,
but underground rap.
yeah.
I never think they're going to be famous in the music. I never imagined they're going to get too much views or a YouTube channel. I do just music because I like music
Mm.
in Colombia. But when I come into New Zealand, one day I say, okay, God give me a blessing. He give me a talent. Why I not doing something? Why I not can make some money? Why I can not do something good for myself and for my community? You know, and start doing music. It's really hard, and especially because my music is in Spanish.
Mm.
New Zealand is an English-speaking country, but it's not bad for me. I get a couple performances already. I do one in D4 with We Are Fiesta. I did a couple in the barrio.
Mm.
I been in Hamilton and Latin Paris.
Yeah.
And we started organized to be in the Sudaka Latin Party in Auckland for October.
Is there much of a following in New Zealand for salsa choque music?
Not too much in the moment, but the people very enjoy when hit my songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not too much popular in Wellington because the DJs is concentrated to put just reggaeton.
Right. Okay. Yep.
But in Hamilton, in Auckland, Nelson, and in Chicago is the followers of the salsa choque is growing up in the moment
Wow.
because the small Colombian DJs there and they start.
So that's a challenge to the Wellington DJs. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Bringing some more salsa show. Like,
Yes, it's one of the Wellington DJs that sometimes put some salsa choque. DJ Coco.
oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes.
Does he play at the barrio?
Yeah, he play in the barrio.
Okay.
He is the resident DJ of the barrio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I've danced that. I was at Alvario for New Year's, and I'm like, no, you're right. I think I even know who you're talking about.
Yeah, because that's where I met you. I saw you at Alvaro, I was like, and I saw you performing, I was like, yo, this guy's cool. Like, I really like it.
I'm going to perform, I think, 4th of September in Hamilton, and 28th October in Auckland.
Yeah.
And we start discussing with the guys in Nelson when we going to Nelson. And it's between because Chicago is going to do a Latin party as well
Yeah.
in October and the end of October. But the problem is I get my works there. I go into Auckland and I can't be in two places at the same time.
Yeah. So in Invercargill, like, cause I grew up an hour and a half from Invercargill, so like, it's very cold. Like,
Yes, everyone told me it's very cold. You know, I saw a couple videos of the Latin party there, and it's good. Should be good experience for my career.
yeah, that'd be really cool. And I think I think it's interesting that, like, obviously there are these kind of 4 key kind of areas that you have, that you've been able to build a following. And think that's kind of cool. So I think is there gonna be like a summer tour?
You know, but it's good because I'm the first one in New Zealand to do salsa choque, and it's good because when this kind of music growing up in New Zealand, I can say, oh, I'm the first one to do in New Zealand. I'm not the first one in the world because it's from Colombia, but I put the music in New Zealand, the people start listening. Salsa choque for me in New Zealand. This should be me. And I think very soon the people is going to eat a lot of salsa choque here.
You were going to ask a question about why New Zealand, Eddie.
Oh, that was me.
That was you.
That was
I was
Sorry.
going to be like, so, you're in New Zealand. Like, that's really cool that New Zealand, like, coming here, a really good reason to be here is that you can break through musically. But my question is, but why New Zealand? Like, why specifically New Zealand and from Colombia?
To be honest, I be out of Colombia because the paramilitaries.
Right.
I had to leave my country and go to Ecuador, and I come into New Zealand for a refugee quote.
Right.
And I get couple choice. One of the choice was going to Argentina or going to
Switzerland?
Switzerland.
Yeah.
But or New Zealand, but I say, oh no, I wanna be in an English-speaking country, and my case manager say, okay, New Zealand.
So he chose for you.
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty
pretty
good.
much.
Yeah.
Did you know anything about New Zealand before you came here?
The only thing about New Zealand before coming here in 2014 is that New Zealand was the best rugby team. Nothing more. Other thing is I saw New Zealand soccer team in the South Africa soccer World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, just this the only thing
Right.
I know about New
Sports.
Zealand. Yeah.
Right. So for you, New
That's all you
Zealand's
need to know.
completely new, right?
Yeah.
Like, so for you, it was a fresh experience.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get to know everything beat by beat.
Yeah, and when I know that I come into New Zealand, when the New Zealand do the interview to my family and they say, "Are you going to New Zealand?" I start looking in YouTube things about New Zealand, about Maoris and about New Zealand culture.
Marmite,
Vegemite.
wheat picks,
Gumboots. Buzzy bees.
yeah, fuzzy bees,
Uh,
pineapple lumps.
Weed.
He knows the pineapple lumps.
If you got some gumboots, pineapple lumps, and weed, you know what you want.
Yeah, you know exactly where you are. You're in New Zealand, buddy.
Welcome.
And how to say it. It's not New Zealand, it's New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah. Well, that's really rad. I'm really happy to hear that this experience for you is all fresh. I similarly knew jack shit when I got to New Zealand. I didn't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
It's quite a fresh experience, eh?
Yes, it's very fresh experience.
Yeah. Well, so you landed here as a refugee, knowing like just about nothing other than what YouTube had to offer you. So like, could you? I know this is like kind of a bit of a tangent, but could you tell us about those like first days of being here, like any sort of highlight experiences of landing?
Did you have to go through the Mangere camp?
Yeah.
You did,
Yeah,
okay.
right. That
Yes.
kind of thing.
When the first days in Mangere was very good because it's many Colombian people there as well.
Right, right.
The difficult part was when I come in to Wellington with my family, with my ex-partner and my two kids. We living in Porirua. We no get a car.
Oh dear.
When we come in, we no get TV or radio.
Wow.
We enter in the house around 1 in the afternoon, and we go in. It's no TV, it's no radio,
Yeah. We might have to talk to each other.
And my kids start, hey dad, I wanna see TV.
Mm. Yeah.
Coming to work.
Yeah.
And we didn't know nothing about Porirua. We just, the first day, we are in different country, different city. We just know the house.
Yeah.
Because they come in and leave us in the house.
Yeah.
We take my ex-partner and my two kids and going for work.
Yeah.
And we're going from the Gearteret to the North City Mall.
Yeah.
We walk, we start see, oh, so beautiful country,
Yeah.
oh, so nice.
Yeah.
And my kids want to go into the park,
Yeah.
to the playground. Say, hey, Dad, we going to the playground.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're going to buy something to eat.
That's lovely.
Not a TV.
Yeah.
No,
You want to eat first. No TV.
no, we don't get enough money for it.
That must have been really good for you and bonding with your kids though, like
Yeah,
coming
but-
here and a fresh start and getting to be on the playground.
Yes, but you know, when we going, we pass the mall,
Yeah.
and we see the KC.
Uh-oh.
And my kids want KC,
Yeah.
but no one of us speak English,
Oh dear.
you know.
Yeah.
And my kids want to enter in the KC and buy something.
Yeah.
We enter, stay. Say to my partner, what are we going to ask? What are we going to do here?
Yeah.
And my other son go and say, can I have this and this?
Yeah.
the only thing I know to say is, how much?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I say, how much?
Yeah.
And the guy say, around $40.
Oh
And
really?
I say, okay, I pay for that.
Yeah.
But it's really funny.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, so you've only been speaking English for how many years is that?
New Zealand, you know?
You how long? So you got here. How long have you been in New Zealand?
7 years and a half.
Okay, so you have 7 years of practice speaking English.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll give you some time.
Because my English is not very good, but I try.
Yeah, pero mi español es muy malo. So we're even.
Yeah, we-
So I'm going to assume you've solved the television problem now.
Yeah.
No?
No, you have a
You
have a
have
TV
it?
now. No.
Oh, no. With us, I started working in the street,
Yeah.
and around 3 days later, someone put a TV outside.
Oh.
And I saw when they put the TV outside, is, you know, the biggest TV.
Yeah,
like,
oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh,
the
the
box.
box.
The
Big box
CRT
ones.
monitor.
I say, oh man, it's a TV there. What I do, I call my brother. Say, hey bro, someone dropped a TV outside house. My brother say, really? He say, yeah. I don't know how to say that I can take it. My brother say, go on and say, hey, this is for recycling.
Yeah.
And I knock the door and say, oh, excuse me, this TV is for recycling? Oh, yes.
Bravo.
I take it home. I take it home. Yes, it's also, you know, the VH, you know, the
tapes.
Yeah.
VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
VHS tapes.
one of that with couple tapes.
Oh wow.
I take it
Yeah. Yeah.
and I connect it, and my kids start seeing movies, and we enjoy to see movies all the time. It's just 3 movies. We saw the movies whole day, every day. Just was funny, man.
Oh, that's
Wow.
beautiful. What were the movies?
One is the King of the Lions, the small lion.
Oh,
the
Lion King.
Lion
Yeah,
King.
Lion King.
Okay, that's a good one to see on
Yeah.
there.
And I forgot the other 2, but just three cartoon movies,
Yeah.
and we saw the 3 cartoon movies every day.
You you learn your English off the Lion King?
Nah.
Yeah, you'd almost have it memorized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then after a couple of weeks, the volunteers come in and give us a TV, and after we organize, we buy a TV, a new TV. We start buying the things when we know a little bit about the New Zealand life. Then we can go into the supermarket, do the shopping, and we know where is the shop that we can buy electric things, TVs, and stuff like this. Because and this day we just coming to New Zealand, coming to Wellington, and we doesn't know about Wellington. But it was very funny experience, man. When I remember, I Latin about holiday.
Those first days when you come to a completely different place will always stay in your heart, huh? Yeah. Well, do you have a standout moment from those early days of coming here of culture shock? Like like, what is this?
To be honest, the day when I reached to New Zealand.
Right, just the whole.
The first day, we coming around 3 in the morning, and when we go into immigration, the immigration people start asking questions, and I froze myself and say, "Oh, what is that?" Because we didn't know nothing of English.
Right.
And they say, "Open your baguette." And I say,
Don't know what's
"Open your baguette."
Oh.
So my partner, "Hey, what's going on?" I don't know.
Yeah.
And I say, "Open your baguette." After someone come in and say, say, "Open your baguette."
Yeah.
Abre tu maleta.
Yeah.
We open the baguette.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
this is the day that I'm never going to forget.
Right? No, that's actually pretty like crazy. You're just sort of sitting there and like they're trying to interrogate you, but you're just like, blah blah. Lo siento. Yeah.
Was very funny.
I wanted to ask you about future recording projects. Do you have anything planned at the moment?
Yes, I started working in couple songs. One is because I like one girl and I want to express my feelings to her and my son. It's a new son. This is going to be a reggaeton. I working as well in one trap. This is going to be ready by this week because next Sunday we plan to do the video. And I working with some collaboration with people. I working with one collaboration with Saga and one collaboration with one guy in Ecuador. And start working in more music. I got a lot of songs already right, but when I go into the studio and try to record it, it's not make sense for me again.
Like, is the music's not right, or what's happening?
To be honest, I like to do the songs the freshest possible. I get the idea, go into the recording studio, get the beat, do the chorus, and start writing everything there.
Right. Okay.
So it's almost like the moment's passed for those songs that you have to focus on new ones.
When I write a song, when I go into record it, no make sense for me. It's just one song that I write, and the made sense for me was the first song that I released in New Zealand. It's called Me Importa un Cubo. It's just the first song that I recorded and released in New Zealand. It's the only one that I write, and I recorded about a year later. No, the first one.
Ah, sorry, desculpa. Ah, there we go.
So do you record yourself? Like, do you do it at do you have a home studio, or are you going out somewhere?
My first 4 songs, I recorded 2 of these Matrix Studio.
Okay, where's that?
This is, in the end of the Cuba Street,
Okay, yep.
around there. And I recorded 2 more in another studio they call Pure Sound Studios.
Mm.
And my other songs I recorded in my home. Now I get my record studio home.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I prepare a room in my apartment and organize my record studio.
Yeah. Like a lot of people do that now, just from home.
Yes, because it's cheap. I put around 5K in my studio, and I can record professional.
Yeah.
But when I go into the record studio, I had to pay $100 plus GST an hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you mixing and mastering your own stuff?
No, the beats and my mixing and mastering they do Justin. He's my producer.
Mm-hmm.
I try to learn, but I really like the job that Justin do for me.
Okay. Yeah. I got another producer for you if you want to know.
Yeah.
Just at Sounds by Somewhere. Yep.
Anyway, so I think we're coming into the last minute of the show, so I just want to say, thank you for coming in today. Like, it was almost like a random encounter. I was like, I saw someone performing. I was like, I need to get them on this show. So, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me, bro.
Yes, very much so.
So in the last minute, we'll just go over your first song in New Zealand.
Okay, thanks for that.
And thanks very much for coming in.
That's
Right,
lovely.
we'll see you all next week.
Ciao, people.
Bye.
Bye.